Hi guys, Mark from Mind Frontiers. I got asked earlier to do a video on pain. So here I am doing a little discussion on pain. Pain is there for a reason. So it's our mind and our body's way of saying that something's not quite right. However, there are things that we can do about the pain. So for example, if you've got a toothache and you've got a dentist appointment, you know the cause for the pain. You know what messages and signals are being sent to the brain to say, actually, something's not quite right here. What we need to do is work out what the symptoms are, what the messages are. And then when you work out what the messages are, you can change them. Because once we've got the message, we don't need that pain anymore. Because it's there to tell us. It's there to inform us. It's there to help us learn. It's there to help us process information. That information is vital. We shouldn't be, if we put our hands on the radiator and we didn't feel pain, and the radiator's on, we're going to burn our hands. So it's a program that's there to help us move away from pain so that we're not hurting ourselves. It's there to give us a warning. Actually, don't do that. Don't pour a kettle over you because it will burn yourself. It's a way of processing that information. It's the brain saying you need to take action. Now, we have different types of pain. We have emotional pain, such as anxiety and depression, where we're motivated either not to act or to act, so that things aren't changing, or we're not doing anything, so we're not going into town when there's lots of people. We have other types of pain too. Mental pain, again, it comes down to what we think. Are we tormenting and criticising ourselves all the time? Or are we just going, actually, let's be more supportive? So let's look at it for physical pain. The physical pain, or mental pain, or emotional pain, or spiritual pain is there for a reason. It's there to tell us that something's not working as it should. If we identify the cause and the patterns, because there can be patterns of pain. So for example, if you've got a bad back and then you go out and you try doing some running or you do lots of lifting, your back is going to hurt. So there are ways that you can deal with that and go, okay, I need to do it in steps. Pace myself. Take breaks. That way that action is moderated. So we can learn to moderate it. But a lot of pain, a lot of people suffer from chronic pain, where the pain signals are not turned off. And that can be debilitating for people, that can cause major mental health issues. For example, I personally went through this myself, where I was in permanent pain. And that just got me down and grumpy. And I used to shout at people. Because I wasn't able to deal with the pain. I had very bad dizziness with the pain. That meant that I had the two things together and I couldn't cope with it at that time. So what did I do about it? Well, I learned how to change our pain mechanisms. So you can learn this too. And pain can be equated to positive attitude in negative situations, such as pains. Do we let those pains take over so that the pains are in control? Or do we actually go, I'm still going to do my best even though I'm in pain? I might have to moderate myself, so I'm pacing myself, I'm setting mini targets. I'm doing things in very small steps so that whatever it is I need to do, I'm still achieving. And then there's other things where we can mentally rehearse, we can imagine turning the pain down. We can imagine it as a colour and watch it change shape. There are very, very many techniques out there to reduce pain, such as tapping. Even though I've got this pain, I still completely and utterly accept myself. There's lots of different things. You can spin the pain. I can give you more information on this. It's such an easy thing to do. But the trick is, whatever technique that you use, you got to catch it before the pain gets too bad, because otherwise the irrational brain is going to go, I'm switching off right now. So sometimes when it does get that bad, you might have to adapt your style, your lifestyle. So for example, if your back's hurting, I'll put some cream on, or I'll have a bath, so that you can take the edge off. When you take the edge off, the rational brain can then take over and go, actually, we can do this exercise. This will work. So, but we can also look at relaxation techniques, so that you can look at how to relax your body and become aware of where stress and tensions and pains are in your body. And then you can learn to let them go. When you find out what pain it is, you can find out what the signal means and what it's there for. When you work out what it's there for, you don't need that pain signal anymore, so you can switch it off. And as I said, there's many techniques out there that you can do that with. And they work. And if you don't use it, say you use an example and you relax your mind, and that decreases your pain physically and mentally because you're lowering your stress hormones, but then you stop using it, then you actually, what are you getting out of the pain? What secondary gain are you getting from having pain? Now for me, I got lots of sympathy. And, oh, you poor thing. I was walking on crutches. And it was extremely unhealthy and in a lot of pain. And I didn't want to change. So what are you getting out of having this pain? Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. Negatively, I really didn't like it. I felt down, depressed, useless, not worth it. But if I look deeper, when I got comfort and friendship from my friends, that actually takes away the edge. But I was unaware, I was unconsciously aware that that's what I was getting out of my pain. The sympathy, the love, the compassion, when I needed it the most. So it becomes a habit cycle. It's something that we habitually do. Well, I've got pain, so the brain goes, well, you've got pain, you can be depressed, but then you're going to get somebody to love and care for you, without knowing that that's what I need. So when you start working out what your patterns are and what you're getting out of it, you can actually work out a different strategy that helps you deal with that pain and still helps you get that secondary gain to what you're getting out of it. You know, the WIIFM, what's in it for me. And then when you keep that secondary gain but change your behaviour, often the pain decreases or even goes. It depends on what other secondary gains there are, because there's more than just one. So we just got to look at our pain. So, for example, if you was in pain and I equated it to your oven, then I can use different programs, such as a visual program, an auditory program, and a kinesthetic program. So this is what we see, what we hear, what we touch and feel. And then we can turn it down by turning down the oven. And it does actually help to reduce pain, because we're using the 3 dominant programs that are in our brain. But it'll only work if we work out what the secondary gain is. So keep asking yourself, well, what will that give me? And what does that give me? And what does that give me? Until you get yourself an answer. And when you get an answer, you're on the way to changing what you're doing, because you've already got the answers to what you're getting from the pain. What aspect is helping you with the pain? What are you getting out of it? So, is somebody giving you love, compassion? But are you doing the same? Are you being like I was, being grumpy? Because that's the only way I knew how to cope with the pain, and it wasn't really coping with the pain. So look at yourselves, guys. What are you getting out of this? And then how are you going to switch that pain down? How are you going to look at it and go, actually, let's have a positive attitude in this situation? So I'll go back to the pains, but I'll look at a positive attitude in negative situation. You know, life is 90% events and 10% how you deal with it. So how are you dealing with having chronic pain? Whether that be emotionally, physically or spiritually or mentally. And is it working for you? Is it effective for you? Or is there another solution? Look at your other solutions, guys. And you'll find that actually pain will decrease. And you can then start learning to switch those pains off when you know what they're there for. It's no good switching off a pain in a tooth if you're not going to go to the dentist, because the problem's still there. All we're doing is addressing the symptom. So what we've got to do is look at the core, not the symptom. When we look at the core, we can address the core, then address the symptom. I hope this makes sense, guys. It's just a little quick video on pain and what it does to our mind. We can be riddled with pain, and it can be debilitating. It can stop us doing what we want to do. It can stop us achieving. But it can also be there to protect us, so that we don't take action, so the mind protects our body from fear of whatever it might be. So just a quick video on pain, and I hope you enjoyed this. Drop me a comment below, click that little bell so that you get notification on new videos, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are super awesome.